Welcome back to the Midnight Who Show, and today I'm going to, of course, review Doctor Who, The Gunfighters. This is definitely probably going to be the historical I enjoyed the least. There's nothing really awful about this Doctor Who story, though, that's for sure. Because, it's at least somewhat well written. There's other Doctor Who stories that are a little bit worse, I think, than this one, but it's still one of those stories that it's just hard for me to kind of want to keep watching it. It's like I'm kind of just drearing to a different direction. It's like, okay, I think I kind of want to just turn this one off and just move on to the next story. But there's some really enjoyable moments and some things that I say is pretty decent with the story. Now, of course, after the events of the Celestial Toymaker, a story that I do wish exists more than this one, the Doctor has a toothache. So him and his companions arrive in the Old West, and of course, the Doctor goes to the dentist, which he probably should have went to a time where, dentistry was a bit more modern than, the Old West. He probably regretted that choice. But the dentist is none other than Doc Holliday, who, of course, is going to use the Doctor to his advantage because he can now make the Doctor appear to be Doc Holliday and not him. Which I think is a very kind of clever idea, actually. It's kind of like this guy's like, ooh, this the Doctor? He can become Doc Holliday. So here, you need this gun for protection, and here's my holster. It has his name on it. It doesn't really help that, of course, at the hotel/saloon where of course, Steven and Dodo are, they, of course, run into this kind of Old West, little gang, and they, of course, want Doc Holliday. They're involved with everything because they think when they said the Doctor, that means Doc Holliday. So they keep their eye on them, and they, of course, do bring them down, where they make them sing. At least Steven sing, which I thought was a hilarious scene. Definitely a highlight, I would say, of this Doctor Who story. But yeah, he's trying to sing when they have guns pointed right at him. Now, I really did enjoy it when, of course, the Doctor gets back there, and he's like, no, I'm not Doc Holliday, I'm not that. What are you talking about? But they already believe it, and, of course, he has the gun that says Doc Holliday. Now, of course, we do meet some other characters in this, of course, Wyatt Earp, and a few others. And basically, it all is going toward High Noon and, of course, the OK Corral for a shootout. And that's pretty much where the story kind of ends. And, of course, the Doctor leaves the OK Corral. Their adventure in Tombstone is over. But, yeah, this is just one of those Doctor Who stories that it's definitely enjoyable to watch, just because it kind of just proves probably that sometimes not all historicals in Doctor Who work, and maybe Doctor Who Westerns need a bit more to make them actually work. I think, like with, of course, The Town Called Mercy, I think it did a little bit better job, at least presenting a Doctor Who Western, because they did it a little bit differently, and I think that was a good idea. This one was trying to just be a historical and make it seem like a Western, and I just don't think those two mixed very well. I do wonder, though, how the book adaptation from Target is. Doctor Who, the Gunfighters book. Now, what I can say, because I'm looking at the back of this book, they did have some very interesting names. Stephen Regret, I really think that was kind of interesting. Back of the DVD with all the episode synopsis right there. This is, of course, story number 25. So, yep. Doctor Who, the Gunfighters. It's just one of those Doctor Who historicals that just didn't really work. I really don't think the story is really awful. I do think you'll at least have some enjoyment if you watch it. But I think there's some other Doctor Who historicals that are a little bit better. And I just think there's, some better Doctor Who stories out there to watch. So that's my review of course, Doctor Who, the Gunfighters. Tell me your guys' thoughts in the story in the comments below. And I'll, of course, see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.